Back in episode 62, we discussed emotional intelligence as a leader. Why do you think emotional intelligence is important for leaders?
Oh my gosh. I just had a whole conversation with somebody about executive presence,
Hmm.
and it is really all about executive presence. And, I always talk about not every leader is not a formal leader. You don't have to be in the C-suite to be a leader. A lot of times people lead from behind. People know that they look to you because they hear somebody bark an order or bark something or talk about a future plan. And then there's that person that always seems to be kind of calm, and you look at them to see if you should be upset or not. So, they don't think that those people really don't think they're leaders, but they are influencers and they're influence people. And so it really, it's a matter of how you see the world, how you believe the world views you, and how they actually do. So, one good example in the EQI 2.0 assessment, there's 5 categories, and within each of those categories are 3 attributes. But the first one is self-perception. That's how you view yourself. And more importantly, as I mentioned, how other people view you. So, one concrete example is if you were in a meeting with a client, the question is, are you thinking about what you need to get out of that meeting? I've got to sign the contract, I've got to pay my mortgage. How, what is the probability that you would close that deal? On the other hand, if you focus on what your client needs, listen to your client, direct your responses, respond to their questions that they're asking, does the probability that you close the sale go up or go down? So that's, really listening and doing that observing of the situation. And then the second level is all about communications. When I mentioned that you want your message to be received as you intended it. So, it's really being able to watch people um, adapt to the situation. One of, my most admired leaders had the ability to do that, to be able to, on a dime, be speaking, to a frontline engineer and at the same time turn around and talk to the regional vice president who was visiting that day. It was just beautiful to watch the pivot, and the frontline person didn't feel in any way that he was less than. So it was just a beautiful modeling of good communication.